Uh, um, Today I just wanted to talk about two companies, Steel and Husqvarna. I don't know how to say their name, but um, I'll have a link in the description and below to go check that company out. But I was just thinking about something, and not just their chainsaws, but all their tools in general, like weed ears, blowers, lawnmowers, stuff like all that, electric tools. And I was just thinking about possibly, you know, which company is better, especially at the chainsaws, because, you know, and I, I don't know what to say, because I kind of went on, because I've never used a Husqvarna saw before, because, like it's just very, my family is not a Husqvarna person. So, I was just, wondering, like, is a Husqvarna, chainsaw better than, uh, steel, steel chainsaw? And so I started, wondering about that. So, and based on the research I did, about, like, the two different saws, found that both Husqvarna chainsaws don't really, I guess, start well. Um, it's very hard to crank. Um, Pretty much all our tools, and sometimes they can, in some ways, stall out. Uh, so it was just like, and I mean, they did say that Husqvarna was a very strong saw. When you do start it, it would, like, it's like a very more strong saw. And they say it's got a stronger engine and stronger chain than steel, which is the product of chainsaws that I use. Um, and I feel like that. I mean, I don't know if steel is stronger than Husqvarna, because I've seen people, I've seen YouTube videos about Husqvarna versus steel, and all those steel chainsaws are very powerful, and they can get through big amounts of trees and all kinds of stuff. Husqvarna chainsaws, um, they will just absolutely annihilate steel. But the thing that most people are like is that, like, well, I want to get the job done quicker. I don't feel like wearing myself out by starting the saw and all that. And also, another thing is that most of Steel's chainsaws are a bit cheaper than Husqvarna, with, like, a 50 cc steel chainsaw would probably cost around 350, while a 950 cc's Husqvarna chainsaw, which is equal power to the Stihl, would cost about 400 to 425. And so it was, they're more expensive. And some people say that Stihl is a better chainsaw for homeowners and farm boss. And Stihl has made one of the most powerful chainsaws in the world so far. That is the Stihl MS881 chainsaw, which has a phenomenal 2,000 cc powered gasoline saw, which is way more powerful than Husqvarna's strongest chainsaw, which is only at 950 cc. Now, both those chainsaws are really strong, and I could probably get through a tree with those saws in just a matter of just 35 seconds. But most people, including myself, more prefer Stihl because Husqvarna, they don't really have a lot of places set up where you can go and buy their tools. It's more in other hardware stores. But Stihl, it's about in every town, especially around rural areas, like rural towns. They have a Stihl dealership, dealership. Can't pronounce words, but anyways, Stihl, is like a more access of a company. They're more popular in most hardware stores. In general, they make really good, affordable, good working chainsaws that most people find useful. Now, I have never operated a Husqvarna saw, and I could possibly end up buying one just to possibly use it. I mean, based on the videos, and the research I've conducted on both the chainsaws, both gas and electric, both companies are really good at making chainsaws because both of their chainsaws are very strong, powerful saws that have very powerful work, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff with the saws, and so like a whole lot of good work you can do with both chainsaws. Um, Also, after Hurricane Ida, we had a couple of men come down. Three of them I saw had Stihl chainsaws, the MS271, and another one had the Mark II 530 Husqvarna chainsaw, and both chainsaws were able to get the job done. Like the men working with the Stihl MS71s, they were able to get the job, like get the trees down on the weed that were like just basically already destroyed because we had a tornado come through during Hurricane Ida. for those who were affected in Mississippi and Louisiana from the Category 4 hurricane, including me. That our road had I over it, but anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that I think both saws are equal in some sort of way for most people, because very few people have the MS 881 steel chainsaw. Now I will say that steel does have a better chainsaw in the quality and the the by like chains and accessories for the saw. Like Husqvarna does not really have much to offer for chainsaw chains, which is the teeth that make up the chainsaw. Because the chains that like they're only on one saw, and eventually those chains will wear out, and you would need to get new ones, and there's very few less chainsaw chains for Husqvarna. So most people will go to Origin or something, which is a very powerful chainsaw make of steel, of chains for the saw blade, and steel, which is again close to Oregon with the chainsaw chains. But basically the point I'm trying to make is that steel in a lot of ways outwits Husqvarna by the quantity, how it starts. Steel chainsaws are more easier to start and operate than a Husqvarna. A Husqvarna chainsaw is more heavier than a steel in some cases. So I just don't really, you know. But anyways, that was all for today. I might do a part 2 showing evidence of steel versus Husqvarna chainsaws, how I see how each chainsaw works and all that, and the different saws and all that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Next video will be my Holiday Madness extended cut. I'll talk later on about that, but so be looking for that. And so I'm just gonna cut the video right here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay safe and bye.